What is up, my people? JaxB.TheRipper here. So today is a very exciting video because I've been dying to like finally film all this, but you know, shit happens. So if you guys are familiar with the Metalhead box, then I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with Melissa Box, who is the owner of the Metalhead box. So she ventured out to go into the cosmetics world, and this cosmetic company is all metal music, you know, inspired, which is great because there's hardly any that I know of, at least, that have that, unless it's like, I don't know, there's like I know I've seen like a couple companies where they'll name an eyeshadow like black metal or Slayer. Like I think Urban Decay had an eyeshadow called Slayer. No, they had an eyeshadow called Raining Blood. I don't even think it was red. Like I don't even think it was anywhere. I might be wrong, I can't remember the color, you know. So it'll be like little things like that. I've never seen like an eyeshadow palette dedicated to just metal or a company revolved around it. So, and I'm talking about metal music, okay? I'm pretty sure you guys know that by now. You're on here, right? So the name of the brand is KVLT Cosmetics, and here's the little flyer. We're gonna start off with the flyer right here, and here is the back of it with their socials and all that. Socials, I made it sound like social security. I meant like, you know, their website and all their info. And I know I primarily have like a male audience, and I am forever grateful to you guys, but I know you guys also have girlfriends out there, so maybe you might want to buy them this makeup palette. And at the end, we're just supporting the metal music industry in general, and this is a way to like support them as well. And the thing is, like, yeah, there's not, like I said, there's no brands out there that are like metal inspired. It's like either goth or like some other type of like cheesy rock and roll style. Like, so it's nice that we finally have just like a cosmetic company just dedicated to that. So I know a lot of you are dudes, and but I was just like wondering if you guys can at least spread this video, at least, like, you know, I know you have a girlfriend, so why don't you like surprise her with an eyeshadow palette, or just have it in your collection? Because how many Star Wars fans do you know? Okay, example, Pat McGrath, which is a makeup company, and that's an expensive makeup company, they launched a Star Wars collection, right? Star Wars fans were on there, and I bet you majority of them are guys, and they went after that collection. Like, I remember the website shut down and everything. So it's like, why can't we just not have this in our collection right here? I mean, I'm pretty sure you're going to be doing some corpse makeup. You could dab some of that black eyeshadow on, or make it more creative. Why are you going to be basic, which is black and white? Come on, add some colors to it. So anyways, here's a palette, Electric Eye, which is perfect. It's perfect. I mean, because this is an eyeshadow palette. If she does want to, like, you know, Melissa and the team at KVLT Cosmetics, they want to venture on to do more stuff like false lashes. Oh girl, you know I'm all about the false lashes, liners and all that. So, and obviously they got to start somewhere, and eyeshadow palettes is like, it's perfect because everyone's like always looking for like that eyeshadow palette because it's just more convenient. So here's the palette right here. Here's the fine detail. It looks like my leather jacket. Old school Thrasher bullet bell. Fuck yeah, dude. It's like, oh shit, I'm not sure if I'm not supposed to cuss in this video. By the way, they did send it to me. I don't know if I told you that. They sent me the makeup palette, and I gotta hurry up and talk because the sun is going down. And yes, I already use these colors and everything. I am the type of person who needs to play around first before I could give you a full-on review. I don't ever come on here for a first impression, because I don't like first impressions myself, because I do know sometimes it takes a while to like get used to something and to like play around with it, and those end up being like the best eyeshadow palettes or the best whatever makeup products. So I'm just gonna go over real quick so far what I think of the eyeshadows. So very velvety. I love the feeling, silky, anything soft. It is very velvety. There was a little bit you have to do with the build up, not too much, not to the extreme, but that's fine. That's usually normal with a lot of eyeshadows. And it's actually fine with this. To tell you the truth, I enjoy the formula because it was not patchy. The problem with some, look, I don't mind if it's like that fine pigment like the Anastasia ones, but the problem with that sometimes, they fucking like patch up and then they separate it, you know, no matter if you use like primer or not. So the problem with companies I noticed lately, they try to make everything so pigmented, and then it's like that could cause patchiness. So, and that makes your eye makeup look even, you know, blotchy and everything, not so cute, and just you're gonna have to spend more time blending. So with this, I did not have to spend that much time blending, to tell you the truth, unless it was just with the black, but that's normal. Black shadows you have to keep doing that because it will look like a mess. It's more obvious that it'll look like a mess. So you do have to be careful with black eyeshadow. So no matter what brand it is, it's gonna be like that. But here are the names. Let me show you. As you could tell, they're all named after metal songs like Fade to Black, Turbo Lover, which is my favorite. The only two colors really I had a problem with was maybe Paranoid and Into the Void. Don't get me wrong, they're not really going to like show up. They're more like for like transition colors and stuff, but I was kind of hoping like, you know, this would be like a good highlight color because for me, especially on my fair skin. But I don't want you to think that that's because the two eyeshadows is a bad palette. Look, I have palettes from like drugstore, CoverGirl, and I have all the way up to Natasha Denona, which her palettes are known to be up to $200. So I have not found out one palette where every single eyeshadow that isn't going to give me like a bit of a more effort to work with, is what I'm saying. So, alright, so I have like the base on. I already have one eye done, as you can see. So anyways, I already went in with MAC Painterly Paint Pot. So we're gonna go in with Paranoid first all over the lid. Just there. A fluffy brush. Now, Paranoid is not really like the most pigmented. It's not like the most pigmented white eyeshadow, but then again, a lot of white eyeshadows are not that pigmented. However, when you use your finger and like go in, it does do a little bit more payoff. Okay, so now we're going in with Turbo Lover right here. I'm going to use that in the crease. I've seen a lot of like these kind of brushes, like the little, either the bullet ones or the pencil ones, or like the really short flat ones. I don't know what these ones are called, to tell you the truth. And I like doing my lines like that. So this is going to be the crease color. Just kind of line it how I want it. Transition color. That's what I'm kind of using it for. Okay, so we're gonna go into Holy Diver right here. As you can tell, it is very well loved by me. Pat that on. And I'm just bringing this to like right here. And then with Girls right here. Clean side. I'm gonna go in with that, with brush with that. That did not sound right. Okay. You know what I mean. And then just go more in the inner corner right there. To have that nice transition going on. Okay, I'm gonna go back into Holy Diver and go right there in the center. Okay, so there is a little bit of fallout. It's not that bad though. Most eyeshadow palettes in general have have fallout. I don't know why that became such a huge issue. I'm trying to think of eyeshadow that doesn't have fallout. I'm gonna go in with this angle brush right here and just go back into Turbo Lover because I'm gonna add more blue. So I don't know when that became like an issue, that there was like fallout. As long as it's not like a lot of fallout, you know? There's a difference when there's like a lot of it and then just like a tad bit. Yeah, I just have that vibe right now, that synthwave colorful vibe, like, or whatever leftover of the white I have on the fluffy brush. That down, and then I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of black. So I'm gonna go back in with this little smudger brush. There we go. And then we're gonna go in with Fade to Black right here. So what I'm doing with the smudger brush, very heavy-handed person, so the black could take over, and I'm so used to doing dark smoky eyes anyways. so what I'm doing is I'm just going in with the smudger brush and just building up the black, and then I just kind of get it in the shape I want. It's a lot easier, to tell you the truth. You see how that's like a lot easier to get it in like the shape you want. Oh, I overdid it right there. I did not need it that long. Okay, hold on. We'll fix that later. Clean up though. It's like I have Q-tips like on the opposite side of the room, and I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna use my fingers. Don't do what I do. Don't do that, please. All right, so with Paranoid right here, I'm just gonna go in with like my ring finger right here. I'm not gonna use anything shimmery in the inner corner just because I feel like, you know, these colors are kind of like that velvety kind of shimmer, and I don't want to take away with it by adding too much, and then I'll look like a disco ball. So yeah, I kind of like finger painted right there. Then just go back with the brush and make sure everything's all evenly blend in. There we go, much better. Let me do this side again, just to make sure. So as you can tell, I have like leftover, you know, like eyeliner from like last night. So I'm just gonna work with this. Sometimes you can work with it. Is it better to clean it all off? Yes. But I'm gonna work with it today because sometimes, you know, sometimes we can't deal with that shit. So I'm gonna go in with Girls again with this really fuchsia color right here. And, you know, work with what I have right there. I'm gonna use this as a transition color, so I just work with what I have. Okay, once I do that, then I'm just gonna go in with Faded Black. You guys already know how it looks like, so I'm not gonna show it again. Start off with the outer corner right here, make sure it connects, and I just bring it all the way to the inner one, and tear duct I mean. Then bring whatever leftover is to over here. Eyeliner, this is just the Makeup Forever one. You don't have to use this expensive one. Don't worry about it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this up, I'm gonna put false lashes, finish the rest of my face, and I'll let you know what I use, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the final look on that. So anyways, for real quick, just to run through what I did. The blush I used was by Wayne Goss. It's the Weightless Veal blush, and this one's in Vivid Azalea. And I also used the highlighter as well. Lips, I used Urban Decay Liar, as well as Urban Decay Morning After. That's the name of the lipstick, I'm not even kidding you. Anything else like foundation, Urban Decay. I don't think they make this one anymore. It's the all nighter one. I think they discontinued this. I'm just trying to use it up. And 0.5. And then for concealer, CoverGirl True Blend, Undercover, and Fair 100. Bronzer, I used San Juan by NARS. So it looks like this. It looks really orange right there, but it really isn't. So alright, so you guys have already seen me prime and all that stuff. So basically, okay, so since I like to draw out how I'm going to angle this time I'm using a pencil. So it's just a gray one. You could use a black one if you want. It's just this gray one called Telephone by MAC, was just next to me, so I'm using that one. Then I'm going in with Fade to Black, and I'm just patting it all in to that where I angled it, and I'm making sure really patting that in and just blending it out as much as I can. And I'm also doing it towards the lash line. So going into the void just for like more like blending out purpose. It's not really as a transition color. I'm just really trying to incorporate this into my look as much as I can. So as you can tell, like I'm blending out the edge, like the top of the edge, I mean, just because like it can't stay harsh, and it looks just really weird when it's harsh all the way to the lid. So I'm blending it out and making it softer, the edges, as much as I can. I could really care less on the side because I want that sharp, but I just don't want it like towards like the brow bone to be sharp. And I went into Turbo Lover. As you can tell, the first pat isn't that great, but wait till you see the second one. It's like, it's so much better. See, basically already building up.
So intensity of the black is lost, and you're gonna see that. Well, that's almost with like every bold look you do, where you're gonna see some of the intensity lost, and you're just going to rebuild it. Okay, so I'm going back in with that pencil telephone by MAC, and I kind of wanted like a crease right there. And usually I'll use like an eyeshadow to do that, but they didn't have like a matte gray, and that's what I wanted to use to intensify it. But you could use like pencils too, like eye pencils, believe it or not, you guys. Actually I find it better because it has staying power. The only thing is you got to really blend it in to make it look softer, but it's a lot better staying power too than shadows, and it keeps the shadow like put. So there you see I lost intensity again. You got to rebuild. It's just, you know, that's part of the process, you guys, especially when you're doing bold smoky looks like this. But I'm in shock how I basically only used, if you think about it, 2 or 3 colors, and I only used Into the Void just for like blending out, softening the edges purposes. Like, damn, I'm impressed. Usually me, I use like so many fucking colors to like perfect a shadow, just because it needs it. But damn, only 2 shadows. Good job. So yes, lots of blending. I always tell people blending is key to a good look. Cleaning up, I'm sharpening up actually that edge right there. I wanted it sharper even more, and I always use like an eye cream, or you can use a moisturizer. And the reason why I like doing that is because when you put your foundation on, it's not going to give you a hard time, the foundation, to go back on like it would with makeup remover, because you know makeup remover does a pretty good job at like not only sticking to your skin but also like to keep the makeup off. And yeah, I went into a Paranoid a little bit, and it worked a little bit better. It kind of highlighted a little bit, and I did a little bit of liner because I don't like when you can see the gap between the lashes, the false lashes, and the real lashes. And to really hide it, I always just use a liner. Didn't do anything too dramatic. Okay, right here I fucked up because with that little small little brush, I dumped into the black first, and then what's it called, Turbo Lover, when I should have just stuck it to Turbo Lover first and then a little bit of the black, because it was like a real mess. I had to like really fix that. So I messed up. Don't do that. Dip into the blue first and then dip into the black, and then I'm doing more cleaning because I overdid it. I'm gonna use my Makeup Forever eyeliner for the waterline, just using black. You could use blue too, like, or even like a purplish blue or white, whatever you want. But it'll go, those 3 colors will like go well with this look, but I'm just gonna use black. And then I'm just gonna do those stupid beauty gurus like fucking pose, and yeah, okay, there you go. Thanks.
That is it. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching, and thank you so much to Cult Cosmetics for reaching out to me and sending me this palette. I do love it very much. I'm gonna put the slip over it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it is cruelty free, by the way, and vegan, so I forgot to mention that. And here are the ingredients right here. So yes, all that goodness. But anyways, thank you so much for reaching out to me and for trusting me to do a review as well. I mean, I know like I only have like 1,000 subscribers, and that took me a while to get, and I am forever grateful to you guys for sending this palette out to me when there's like other like huge YouTuber. Thank you so much for trusting me, especially because, you know, I've talked to Melissa in the past and she knows my, you know, experience with being in the makeup field. I've done both cosmetics and actually go out on set. So thank you so much for trusting me on reviewing this palette, and I hope I did a good job for you guys. I hope you guys are happy with it. And yeah, I gotta stop rambling now. I would do my usual outro, but you all know how perverted and immature it is, and I forgot to ask her if that's okay to leave it in. So I'll leave all the information below my video. Clear with the metalhead box, why not? So anyways, links in the description, and go buy this palette because JaxB.TheRipper said so.